Councilor Patterson, please turn on your video
For what?
so that I can see and so that the council can see. And it'll become clear here in a few minutes when I talk about some rules.
Okay, now.
Are you ready? You ready to go?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, welcome to the mayor and council meeting for the city of Groton for Monday, November 4th, 2024. Clerk McCura, please call the roll.
Mayor Hedrick, Deputy Mayor Depot, Councilor Piazza, Councilor Artali, Councilor Patterson, Councilor Sheffield, and Councilor Norris are present.
Okay. Please stand and salute the flag. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Recognitions, awards, and memorials from the council. Anyone?
Yes, I would like to memorialize Barbara Fruck, former city clerk here for the city of Groton, longtime civil servant here in the city of Groton, of her passing, and she's a great person. I worked with her many years ago at the Crystal Mall, and always a pleasant person to talk to, and my condolences for the family, and she'll be sorely missed. That's all. Thank you.
I agree. Anyone else? Okay, moving on. Receipt of citizens petitions. Receipt of citizen petitions, the portion of the council meeting where the council welcomes comments from citizens. To address the council, please shine the sheet on the table in front of the meeting room. When you're recognized, please approach the podium. Clearly state your name and address. Each presentation should be limited to 5 minutes or less, and citizens should, if possible, submit emailed or written comments. Presentations should be related to matters pertinent to the city of Groton. City councilors will only ask questions in order to clarify the speaker's presentation and can respond during the response to citizen petition portion of the meeting. Clerk Baker, do we have anyone signed up?
Yes, 3.
Okay, who do we have signed?
Robert Martinez is first.
So, Robert, I'm going to help you a little bit. Council, what I just passed out is Councilor Patterson had sent a letter from David Dixon in talking about a basketball league, and the implication in this letter was that we wanted to start a new league, and that's not the case. I gave him a phone call, and what he wants is contained in the second letter, and the counselors who are on Zoom, I'll get this to you. And it says, "Hello, good afternoon. This is Coach David from Premium Ballers Incorporated, nonprofit organization. I am writing this on behalf of Robert Martinez, a player of mine who lives in Branford Manor. Robert and his mom are asking for $400 to pay for Robert's tuition for winter basketball season, where we will play at Mohegan Sun twice, and we will practice at the Williams School in New London twice a week. So we will be bringing this to the committee of the whole next week, and I had hoped that Coach Dixon would be here, but he wasn't able to do that, and since Robert and his mother are new to this process, I wanted to bring it up to the council. And so you will get an opportunity to talk about it at large during the committee of the whole next Tuesday. So with that, I'll open the floor for discussion. Well, basically, I'm going to bring this to you.
Robert, is this citizens petitions or
Say again?
is it citizens petitions, is that correct?
Well, this is citizens petitions, but this applies, so he wanted to speak. Robert wants to speak. Robert, do you have anything to say about this, what the scholarship means to you and what it'll do for you?
Yes, so this scholarship would be very helpful to me because even though this is my first year with this program, he has helped me very much learning through basketball and through life. Not only has he teaching me multiple skills that will help me throughout the game, he is also teaching me multiple things throughout life that have helped me.
Okay, thank you. Anybody have anything to say? Like I said, we'll be bringing this as a donation to the mayor of the committee of the whole next week. Councilor Piazza.
Just want to say I applaud you for coming and representing yourself and requesting the scholarship. I think that says a lot, and I'm thankful that you're involved in something that's doing something for you in your life and skills. That's awesome.
Okay, anyone else? Deputy Mayor Depot.
I just want to echo what Councilor Piazza said. I always say we want more and more people to come to meetings and see what we do. And one of the things that we do is allocate funds to businesses and people in the community who are doing good things. So thank you so much for coming to our meeting. And I will have some questions I think I'll email to the mayor for when we discuss at the committee of the whole.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions or comments? All right, hearing none. Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
Okay, where did, City Clerk, where'd you go? Oh, okay. Who's next?
Mr. Newman, Brian Newman.
Okay, Brian.
You all right?
Oh, yeah. Do it all the time at home. Brian Neiman, 76 Allen Street. I'm sure most of you are probably aware that the state has been doing tree trimming along 95 for the better part of a month or more. They've also been doing the exit and on-ramps to 95. Recently, within the past week and a half, they clear-cut the area off exit 85 that comes into the north end of the city and ties into Bridge Street. I think it's wonderful. It opens it up and also adds to the safety of that particular area. I know technically this belongs to the state, but the planning department has talked multiple times about this being a gateway to the city and various things they want to accomplish in that area. I think since the state has done the heavy lifting with clear cutting that embankment by the guardrail, if possible, without creating a turf war between the city and the state, is if the city could do some housekeeping and general maintenance there, since that's not a strong suit of the state. It would require minimal monetary investment beyond the labor and would go a long way of cleaning up that area and just making it more presentable for whatever plans the city has for that area. Thank you.
Thank you. Comments from the council? Deputy Mayor Depot?
I just want to respond, thank you for coming. I agree, it's nice that they're chopping down the trees, and I don't take that exit as often as I used to, so I didn't notice that they left all of that there. I'll be interested to see what the mayor's office says about, because I do know we've, in the past, had issues where the state doesn't want us encroaching on their responsibilities, but I would, if we have the manpower and it doesn't cause an issue, I would like to have that as a discussion, or if the mayor's office.
We'll take a look at it.
with that.
Any other questions or comments? Councilor Piazza?
Thank you for coming. Basically a tree hugger and a tree lover, so I hate to see all these trees go down. I pass by them a lot driving the bus, but I know there's a need for it. I agree as far as the brush, but I would like to see something in place if we were even to get involved, such as, I can't remember, I think it was one of the president's wives ended up throwing wildflower seeds down, and I think that'd be nice to see a whole bunch of wildflowers growing. You know, you don't have to take care of them, perennials, and they come up when they want to, and it would add a beautiful addition to coming into the gateway of Groton City. Thank you.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, that's it, thank you. All right, Clerk McCurry, anyone else on receipt of citizens petitions?
We have Mr. Hager.
Okay, and let's pass out let's hand out what he's asked to be delivered to council. Counselors on Zoom, I will make sure you get this,
You have one? Thank you.
thank you.
Can I start?
Okay, Mr. Hager, you have the floor. Please state your name and address.
Robert Hager, 263 Montauk Avenue, New London, Connecticut, 06320. I would like to raise additional concerns regarding comments that have been made by Mayor Hedrick about me in various settings. I believe this issue is vital to the Groton community and anyone who interacts with the City of Groton, its employees, and its officials. It is impossible to have a strong community when city officials and employees, including Mayor Hedrick, act in ways which undermine the city charter. Under Article 9, Section 2E, quote, city officials must bear in mind their role as public servants and as such are expected to behave in a manner that is honorable, courteous, impartial, and fair to the general public at all times in the performance of their duties, end quote. As stated by an internet resource, Ms., I'm not sure how to say this name correctly, Butorova, Butorova, quote, fairness is critical to the experience of good relationships, and good relationships are often a key driver of a person's involvement in communities, end quote. On March 16, 2022, I sent an email to Mayor Hedrick, and in that email there was an affidavit and photos related to an incident at Fitch High School. This incident occurred in July of 2021. Mayor Hedrick has acknowledged receipt of this email, and he has done so under oath. I also discussed this incident with him during a meeting on March 16 of the same day. A college player urinated in front of my son during a game. And my son is here. You have more photos, but this is an actual photo. It's pretty clear what the player was doing. He did not urinate, as Mayor Hedrick has said in these documents, quote unquote, in the woods. It's pretty clear he was not in the woods. Why then did Mayor Hedrick deliberately and intentionally make this false and slanderous statement about me in a written, publicly available document? Why did he imply that I, quote, went in the woods, end quote, to document the actions of this player? I did no such thing. The player urinated in plain sight on a path adjacent to the field, in full view of the field. Also during our March 16, 2022 meeting, we discussed ways to prevent such illegal activity from occurring on any of the City of Groton's properties, particularly Washington Park. During this meeting and in email correspondence, I never used the word forbid. I did not forbid Mayor Hedrick from allowing UConn Avery Point to use the baseball field in Washington Park. While we spoke about, quote, ethical concerns, end quote, related to community standards, we also discussed the importance of compliance with federal and state laws. This second concern was discussed in emails after our meeting. Rules regarding the use of Washington Park have been posted online. They were posted in 2023, and these rules specifically state, quote, existing rules as codified in the City of Groton Charter and Code of Ordinances, Special Acts, state and federal statutes are to be observed on all municipally owned properties, end quote. As the emails clearly show, my concerns went beyond just ethical considerations. Mayor Hedrick knew this fact. Not only has he lied about the nature of our meeting, but he's made another derogatory remark about me by misrepresenting my concerns and saying that I did something which never occurred. Again, in a written, publicly available document. There is a facility use agreement between the City of Groton and UConn Avery Point, and this agreement lists general regulations for use of the Avery Point pool. While similar rules should apply, in my opinion, for the use of Washington Park and the baseball field when used by UConn Avery Point, its students or its employees, such reciprocal rules still have never been formally prepared or approved by City Council. Finally, despite Mayor Hedrick's statement, again, in a publicly available document, a written publicly available document, quote, UConn Council informed Mr. Hager that the matter is closed since this ruling, end quote. To be clear, there have never been any Superior Court actions between me and UConn. There have been no rulings against me or in favor of UConn. I am not sure why Mayor Hedrick has made this false and slanderous statement about me. But the implication that I acted in violation of such a ruling is completely false. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions, Deputy Mayor Depot?
I have a few clarifying questions for you.
For me, okay?
This incident that has apparently sparked a concern, did it happen in the City of Groton?
No, it happened in Fitch,
So in the town of Groton?
in the
And
town of Groton.
did
That's
the
correct.
City of Groton sponsor the event that this happened at?
No,
And has there been any record of similar incidents happening in our parks in the City of Groton?
not before, during, or after. No.
So in my mind, this kind of falls outside any kind of purview that the council has. It didn't happen on city property. I understand a concern regarding decorum. My opinion would be that concern should be taken up with the baseball team. And while we may have rules that apply on someone else's property with our contract, to my knowledge, the contract only applies as written. It doesn't apply as you wish it was written, unfortunately, I suppose. But I don't see any reason or recourse that we would have to be involved in this situation. To me, any complaint about this should be taken up with the team that sponsored the event.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Okay, all right, we'll move on to response. Was it a clarifying question, or do you want to respond? Well, you pick. Is it a clarifying, if it's a clarifying question, it's under this. If it's a response to citizens' petitions, comments, then it's under the next thing.
So you want to know if I want to make a question or a statement? We're going to stay on it if I want to make a statement? So clarify
If-
that for me.
So, it says, city councilors should only ask questions in order to clarify the speaker's presentation and can respond during the responses to citizens' petition portion of the meeting.
I did have one question. I think one question.
Okay, Councilor Piazza?
So, So the picture of the baseball player here, I'm trying to understand. It doesn't say, it gives when the picture on figure 4, the picture was taken from the right field foul line. Somebody took that. But it doesn't say who took the picture of the baseball player. And, yeah, I'll go as far as that. So I'm trying to understand, somebody's doing an act that is not appreciated, but I'm trying to figure out who took a picture of somebody actually doing this.
These are pictures Mr. Hager took.
From where? What part? Oh, can he answer? No? No?
Well, we're not gonna get into a dialogue.
Okay,
We're not gonna go in a back and forth.
okay, I'm just trying to understand.
So he took a picture. This is his picture. This is the picture that he took. This is the picture that he's provided here. I'm not sure it matters where the picture was taken. I mean, you can see what the picture is.
Right, well, it seems like it's far away from figure 5, so it's just, I don't know, like a far distance from where the spectator would be. Not saying, I'm not making any insinuations about it, but I was just wanted to know where it was taken from and who took it.
Mr. Hager, go back to the podium, please. Did you take the picture?
I was walking down the right field foul line
Hold on,
near
did you
first
take?
base, and I took that picture
Okay,
with my son standing next to me.
okay. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hager. Okay, we're gonna move on, response to citizens petitions, comments. Are there any responses to this? Council, Councilor Piazza?
I appreciate you coming and expressing your concerns. I can understand your concern in reference to this. That's one of the things I want to say. The other thing I want to say is thank you for educating us and giving us all the info in reference to municipalities and all the research that you've done to let us know. It's good to know that. I can't say that I know all of that, and I appreciate you bringing that info in. I kind of piggyback on Deputy Mayor Depot. I'm not really clear, so I don't have all the gist of it, but of what is being requested. But the main thing is that I'm trying to understand that this is in the town of Groton, and I'm trying to figure out how it's being presented to us to say anything to it,
Right,
you know?
okay.
That's it.
Any other comments? Okay. Nope, that's all I have to say. All right, we're gonna move on to approval of minutes. I'll take a motion to approve the mayor and council minutes, meeting minutes of October 21st, 2024.
So moved.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Are there any corrections to those minutes? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Well, could you guys turn your videos on?
I'd rather not at this point in time.
Okay,
This camera keep zooming in on my face.
that's okay. I will address this in just a minute. Did we get positive affirmation from each of my counselors? See, Counselor Sheffield, I didn't hear your,
Aye.
did we get ayes from everybody around the table? Okay. Motion carries. Take a motion to approve the committee of the whole meeting minutes for October 28, 2024.
So moved.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Are there any corrections to those minutes? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Counselor Sheffield, Counselor Patterson?
Yeah.
Okay,
Aye.
then motion is approved. Communications and reports, Counselor Piazza?
I'm not sure if I brought it up last time, but went to the MLK dinner. And went to MLK dinner, and it was absolutely lovely. And just to say that 2 of our bus drivers, people I work with, their child was in the 8th grade, the group of the 8th grade group that was suggested to be candidates in 4 years for the Martin Luther King, so I was really happy about that. So just want to say it's a wonderful event.
Perfect. Councilor Talley?
Yeah, so my family and I attended I think it's called the Spooktoberfest, with the food truck festival. And that was a fun event. There were a lot of food trucks there, so a lot of variety for everybody. And the kids had a good time too, and the weather was great. So I just wanted to thank the Parks and Rec for putting that on, because it was fun.
Okay. Councilor Sheffield?
Yeah, I attended the MLK dinner with Councilor Piazza, Deputy Mayor Depot in attendance, and it was a great event at Foxwoods. Definitely, I'd like to thank the Massachusetts Tribal Nation, Rodney Butler for an outstanding venue, and I see this scholarship dinner growing over time. I think it's something that that will continue to grow, and I think we had a perfect area to have it at. So it was really great, well attended, and the food was very good as well. So, and of course the great scholars. The scholars seem to be getting better each year, and it's great to have speakers to come back and discuss their experience as scholarship winners. So they'll always have somebody. The message was to have those previous scholars come back and share their message with the future scholars of this year's class. So that was a great thing. Also went to the Spook Festival at Washington Park Saturday and Sunday, getting food at the food trucks. That was really nice, and like I said, the food was very good at those trucks I sampled on. I had a couple of them, so that was very good as well. And as far as the agenda we'll be talking about tonight regarding the tennis courts, spoke with a friend of mine, and I referenced the changes that were going to be made. We're going to have a new tennis court, and he was excited about that part, but the downside, I had to tell him that there's only going to be 4 tennis courts. And he didn't like that too much because he fears there's going to be a wait for folks to play, that there's going to be more pickleball courts than tennis courts. And I said that concern last week, that people who like to play tennis are going to be waiting to play, and there'll be more avenues for people to play pickleball. So keep the 6 courts and maybe have 4 pickleball courts if, so we can, make sure that our tennis players that have been playing for many years don't get left.
Okay, anything else? I think you may have frozen up. Okay, are you done? Did you finish? Okay,
Yes, I'm there. Thank you.
okay, thank you. Councilor Patterson?
New news. Nothing to report.
Okay, thank you. Councilor Norris?
Nothing at this point.
Okay, Deputy Mayor Depot?
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to mention again, the Groton Public Schools Mentoring Program. If you go to grotonschools.org, you can go to the Human Resources page, and there's information on the mentoring program. They always have kids waiting. I know that the student that I mentor actually mentioned that she has referred some friends who are wondering what it's about. So I know that there's more kids being added to the list as well. So if you're interested at all in helping kids in our community, that is one small way to do it. Anyone can sign up to be a mentor. It's 30 minutes once a week. It's during the school day. They call them down out of class. You arrange it. They arrange it with the guidance department, so they kind of make sure that it's a good time for the student, so you're not pulling them out of, being super disruptive. And on the 22nd, I attended the Martin Luther King Junior Scholarship Dinner with Counselor Piazza and Counselor Sheffield. And, I think it's really important when we meet with the 8th graders, there's usually an 8th grader at our table, And I think it's really neat for them to see their elected officials go and show appreciation for their academic endeavors, that a lot of those students put a lot of time into extracurriculars and academics, and they're, really going out there and trying to do important things. And I think having the support of their community leaders is important. So I'm glad that we get invited and that we're able to go each year, because I do think it makes a difference. We get to chat with them a little bit at the table and make some connections, which is really nice. And on the 24th, I attended the United for Gemma Gala for United Way. And United Way really does a lot in our community. They sponsor the mobile food pantries that provide food for hundreds of our families, usually around 300 families a month, just at the mobile food pantry. Never mind, there's local pantries. I know where I work, we have a food pantry that serves 100 or so families. And so I just want to thank United Way. They're always helping us help the community, and they have lots of other programs as well. And I just found out that they have a junior volunteer corps. I'm not sure what it's called, but I just found out about it. So if you are in high school, you can sign up and get volunteer hours through United Way. And I know if you're on Honor Society or anything like that, you need volunteer hours. So if you're interested, United Way has, volunteer opportunities for teenagers. On the 25th, I did volunteer at the mobile food pantry. Next month's food pantry is on the 22nd, from 12:30 to 2:30, which is, the week before Thanksgiving, so it's a good time to get some food. We don't know what they're gonna be handing out, but they do sometimes have turkeys. If they have enough turkeys, they do give them at the mobile food pantry. And that same night, I attended the law enforcement dinner to congratulate our Officer of the Year, Nick Cardell. It's sponsored by the Groton Elks, and they do a great job every year of honoring the local police departments, and it's a great opportunity to chat with police officers and congratulate them and thank them for the hard work that they do. And Nick has done a lot of good work, and he's received awards. He's been up here with the chief a couple of times in the last year. So just congratulations again to him for winning Officer of the Year. I know that as the chair of public safety, I talk about the police all the time in the community, and they're a really important part of what we do, and the community really appreciates their hard work. And just, I'm sure the mayor will remind everyone, but tomorrow is election day, so please go vote if you have not voted early. I'm assuming that it will be a little easier to vote because so many people have voted early. There should be a few less people at the polls, so don't be afraid of getting stuck in line. The clerk and all the other people involved have streamlined it to make it as fast as possible. So please vote. And what are the hours for voting? Is it 6 a.m. to 8 p.m.?
Polls open at 6 o'clock in the morning and they close at 8 at night.
So whoever you vote for, take the opportunity to have your voice heard, and please go vote tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay. City Clerk?
I just have a reminder for the city councilors to please submit your sexual harassment training certificates if you haven't already. They are due to CHRO soon. Thank you.
Okay. Couple things. I'm going to talk about some rules that I am going to incorporate now, and we will talk more about these at the committee of the whole, but this is in an attempt to get better control of the meetings that I have. And the first one is regarding cell phones. So when you come in, turn your cell phones off or put them on silent and put them face down. There's no reason to check your cell phones. There's no reason to go on your cell phone during a meeting. You're here for this meeting. You should be paying attention to this meeting, and being on your cell phone distracts you from that. Don't care if you can do more than one thing at one time. It's about respect to the counselors and to me. Tablets. The reason I got the tablets was so that you could get email and so that you could get the packets, and we're going paperless. We've done that. When you have your tablets, if you're on your tablet to review the backup information, I don't have an issue with that. But if you're on your tablets to read email or to go to another site or to do things that are not directly related to this meeting or to the committee of the whole meeting, then I have an issue with that. Again, it goes back to you're here for this meeting or for whatever meeting you're there, and please be respectful. Zoom. So we've had some issues with Zoom where the people have had their screens on black and you don't know when they're voting or not voting. So here's what we're gonna do. We will talk more about this at the committee of the whole, but for now, I want the screens turned on so you can be seen. If you're not on the screen, I will assume you left the meeting, and I'll direct the clerk to document this. If this results in a loss of quorum, I'll recess the meeting to get the counselor online to try to get them back on board. If that is unsuccessful, I will adjourn the meeting due to loss of quorum. And then the last one is about votes. Every single vote, I want to hear what that vote is, whether it's yes, whether it's no, whether it's abstained. We're not going to assume that if we didn't get a no vote, that it's a yes vote. So everybody needs to register their vote. And that's all I have. Committee referrals. Are there any committee referrals? Okay, hearing none, moving on. Councilor Piazza? Councilor Norris, Councilor Patterson, please turn your videos on.
This camera keeps zooming in on my face. It's way too close, man.
Well, then back up.
Every time I back up, it zooms back in. That's why I keep turning it off.
Well, you do not, it does not appear overly intrusive. Okay, Councilor Norris, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
You do it again. Who's saying this? But those are the camera, man.
Mayor, yes, I am here.
All right, turn your videos on, or I will count you as not being here.
Then that's fine.
Yeah, this is great.
Okay, then Councilor Norris's video is off, so therefore he is, I don't know that he's in the meeting.
Well, I'm acknowledging that I'm here. You're choosing to exert your power that you do not have in making me turn my camera on. So unless there is a vote by council at some future.
We're gonna talk, Councilor Norris, we're gonna talk about this at the mayor and at the committee of the whole meeting.
Point, I'd rather not enter this conversation with you on a public forum, and I will be this way. If you choose to turn me off from the meeting, that's your choice.
I will want you to register your vote when it comes time to vote. Councilor Piazza?
Resolution R-24-11-145. Therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council authorize and approve Mayor Keith Hedrick to waive the bid process and enter into the contract to replace the HVAC unit at the Eastern Point Fire Station with R.B. Kent and Son Incorporated, P.O. Box 950, Groton, Connecticut, in the amount of $22,013.41 to be paid from funds available in the fiscal year 2025 operating budget. I so move.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. This was discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Okay? Motion passes unanimous. Deputy Mayor Depot.
Resolution R-24-11 hold on, I think I skipped that. 146. Therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council authorize and approve a contract with Classic Turf, 437 Sherman Hill Road, Woodbury, Connecticut, for tennis court reconstruction at Washington Park for the quoted amount of $760,000.00 and a contingency of up to $40,000.00, not to exceed $800,000.00 to be paid from ARPA funding. I so move.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. This was discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Deputy Mayor Depot.
I just wanted to make a comment. It's come up a couple of times, that there may be a concern about pickleball versus tennis on the courts. And I've played tennis on these courts for several years. I've lived here all of my life. And in the last few years, there has been a high demand for pickleball. I do think that it might be a good idea and maybe something for Parks and Rec to look at, providing some pickleball rackets and balls for people to borrow, since we haven't had them before. But I don't think that it's going to be an issue at all. Personally, if I were playing tennis and there were too many people playing tennis, I would pick up a pickleball racket and do that for, a couple games instead. And I think that our members of our community would do the same. So that would be my only comment on that.
Okay? Any other comments? All right, hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
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 Counselor Norris, how did you vote? I didn't hear you.
I said aye.
Okay, all right, it's unanimous. All right, Counselor Talley, 147.
Resolution R-24-11-147. Therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council authorize and provisionally approve a contract with L. Holzner Electric Company, 42 Crestway, Hampton, Connecticut, for the quoted price of $349,500 and no cents, and a 10% contingency of $34,950 and no cents, for a total project cost of $384,450 and no cents, for the City of Groton Municipal Building Electrical Switchgear Replacement Project to be paid from the American Rescue Plan Act recovery funds. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This is discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay,
Aye.
all right, that's unanimous. We'll move on. And Counselor Sheffield, 148.
Resolution R-24-11-148. Therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council authorize and approve the donation of wrought iron fence and stanchions that were salvaged from the Mother Bailey House property located at 101 Thames Street, Groton, the Bill Memorial Library located at 240 Monument Street, Groton. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This was discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Counselor Piazza?
Mine says 108 Thames Street. I don't know if it's,
What
it
did
says
you
101.
say,
He said
Counselor
101.
Sheffield?
I believe I said 108 Thames.
Okay,
And then
I thought,
located at the Bill Memorial at 240 Monument Street.
okay, I thought I heard 101. Just wanted to make it, I don't know if my copy was different. Just wanted to check. Thanks.
Okay, any other discussion? This is discussed at the committee of the whole. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Okay, passes unanimously. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
We have a motion to adjourn. All in favor say aye.
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 Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you, council. Thank you, residents, for coming out.
Recording stopped.
Yeah, I'll